because you can see how fast he got out of there, and I drove this Jeep back, and as I was doing that, the other one was already leaving. And yes, this is sped up, but I'm working as fast as I can. And here, the other one is leaving again. I was like, oh my god, this is not working. What am I gonna do? How am I going to fix this? Hello everyone, and welcome to a quick and different Jurassic World Evolution speed build, the arrival point of the original Jurassic Park, which can be a starting point of your full recreation of Jurassic Park, or just use it as a fun Easter egg in your own park design. So I wanted to share this idea with you and show you how easy it is and just, you know, how nice it looks. Now, believe it or not, many people have asked me to put commentary over my speed builds, so for this speed build you will be listening to my magical voice. I've already rebuilt the original Jurassic Park in full in Jurassic World Evolution, so even though that was before all of these mods that we now have, I'm pretty happy with how it came out, so I don't think I'll be doing like a new version of it. But I did want to build the Jurassic Park arrival point, because obviously that's something we've never been able to do. I think this is a really fun use of the waterfalls on Matanceros, and even though the rest of the map is not like the most suitable for rebuilding the original park in full, like I said, I think it would be cool to have it in any park that you can come up with and use it as more of an ode. So with that intro done, you can see I've already started. So what I've did is I've cleared away the trees, I've cleared away around the waterfall as well. Now I'm just trying to get a little stream started from that waterfall base. There's a little stream that can be seen, you know, trickling off from the water at the bottom of the waterfall, so that's what I'm recreating. And here I'm adding like, they're really sharp mountain or cliff faces almost flanking either side of this arrival point, so that's what I added. In the water you can see like this little peninsula or like rocks protruding into the water about midway, so that's what I added. And I'm just going like crazy with the tools right now. So it's super easy to build this. As you can see, it also doesn't take very long. This is only sped up by like 250%, something like that. So now for adding the building, the terrain tools, the enhanced terrain tools mean enhanced cannot flatten issue, so it wasn't precisely where I wanted it, but you can correct around it. And I angled the helipad away from where the jeeps are going to be, because obviously that whole building section where the guests come out of it in the game, that's not really in the original arrival point. So that's why I angled it away, and I'm going to be hiding that with trees. Adding a little bit of path, because there seems to be a little bit of a path, or at least a walkway from the helipad to where the jeeps will be waiting. So that's why I'm doing that. There you go, hiding it with trees, which actually works, you know, pretty well. You know, if you here, just like that, looks pretty good, looks pretty good. Helicopters already flying away, going to pick up John Hammond, Ian Malcolm, you know, gonna pick up the gang. Now, from the reference picture, it seems like there were like small, more puddles than anything on this side of the helipad, so I added some water over here. Obviously some rock texture to mimic the rocks surrounding the helipad. I'm further narrowing the stream, trying to make it as narrow as possible, because it's really flimsy in the movie. I'm sure I put up like the reference images that I use. I probably won't be showing the clip, because I feel like the copyright claim will come very swiftly. So here I'm adding the dirt path for the jeeps, and I will say that I am using the enhanced, or no, the environment terrain mod, or environment... No, what was it? Oh, Environment Rework by DANNYBOB. Wow, that was a struggle for me. I am using that mod just because the dirt texture in that mod is so much dirtier. It stands out a lot more, so that's why I went with this terrain mod, but I guess you could just use the regular terrain as well. Now what I'm doing here is I'm flanking it on either side with shrubbery, but I ended up not really liking it, because what this terrain mod does do is also add like the brown forest floor under all of the shrubbery types, and I didn't really want that. Like, I wanted tall grass, and this just looked too muddy on the side of my dirt road. So I'm gonna be replacing that later. I'm placing some rocks wherever I can, and you know, where that's not everywhere, but I'm doing my best. And in the end, I just decided to use like the terrain tools to make it look a little bit more rocky. So that's what I'm doing over here, you know, just adding some shape to it. Oh, my mouse got stuck a couple of times, so what you saw there, the mouse just got stuck in a certain position and I scrolled all the way across the map. That wasn't meant to happen. I didn't like that tree, so I wanted to get rid of the tree, but the tree was like, no, I want to stay. Here comes the helicopter again. Again, just fine-tuning the terrain around it. I mean, it's pretty simple. Just make sure that you have mountains on either side. And in the reference, you can see that there aren't any trees around the waterfall itself. So that's why I got rid of that. And here you can see I'm getting rid of the shrubs, because I didn't like that brown look to it. So I went with this instead. So, you know, that's kind of like what you have to consider. Maybe in that regard, using the default terrain texture is actually better. Like, yeah, the dirt is not that dark, but at least you can have tall grass without like the dark brown underneath. So obviously I'm adding a ranger station, so I have my jeeps. What you could do is place the jeep in a place that the parked jeeps would just be waiting on the side, but I decided to place the ranger station away from it and drive them over. However, that proved to be very challenging, as we can see in a minute. Like, I was just working to set up the shot. So what I did, I thought it was being super clever too. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna enclose him in fencing so he can't go anywhere. But as you can see, he immediately turned out of position. So that was a struggle. So I drove over the other jeep. Here, I'm just like chasing the perfect shot, okay? Just chasing the perfect shot, which is also why you could just place the ranger station over here. But I have a really clever solution to this. Oh, that was harsh. But I have a really good solution to this. It's not this. It's not encasing the jeep in fences. It's actually a little bit different, because you can see how fast he got out of there. And I drove this jeep back, and as I was doing that, the other one was already leaving. And yes, this is sped up, but I'm working as fast as I can. And here, the other one is leaving again. I was like, oh my god, this is not working. What am I going to do? How am I going to fix this? And that's when I realized that instead of fencing around the jeep, which I'm still trying over here, even though, you know, it doesn't work. Don't bother with this. I have a much better idea. And that is to put a fence around the ranger station. Here you go. Like, you can see it sort of clicking in my head. So I'm driving this jeep away to get him out of the vicinity. And then I'm fencing around the ranger station. And this way, the jeeps just won't move, because they know they can't get to the ranger station. So they just give up. And that's exactly what we want, because now we can park the jeeps. There you go. See, I've let go of the other one and he's not moving. He's like, I don't know where to go. Whatever, I'll just sit here and wait. So this is a super handy tip, not just for this specific recreation of the Jurassic Park arrival point, but in any park where you want to use parked jeeps, this is how you do it. Just place an extra ranger station somewhere, enclose it entirely with fence, and then you can place the jeeps wherever you want. And now I'm just here taking screenshots for the thumbnail that you saw. So you can see just how easy that was. A little bit of fiddling with the jeeps, but other than that, it was really easy. And I just think it looks great, and it really brings that sense of nostalgia to any of your parks. And I really think I'm going to be building like a fun park around this arrival station with more Easter eggs that hint towards the original Jurassic Park, but not like really a recreation of the original Jurassic Park. I think I'm like going to make the T-Rex enclosure using the new terrain tools and stuff like that. But I'm not going to be rebuilding the park in full, because I've already done that. And like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. Barring like some things that could be fixed with the new terrain tools. I did my best. So I'm pretty pleased with how that turned out. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this and that it inspires you for one of your own parks. and I'm still taking screenshots. This is the process, people. This is the process you go through for a thumbnail. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like. Let me know in a comment down below if you will be including this little Easter egg in one of your own park builds. And if you're not subscribed yet and you want more Jurassic World Evolution content, more Jurassic World Evolution tips, please do consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me, and I hope that in turn I can help you get the most out of this game. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, enjoy the game.